I'm going to tell you, or I'm going to give you my secret, okay, on how to basically decide whether or not you're taking a case or not taking a case. How's that? And you can bring it out, or you can tell other people if you want to. You can, okay? So the secret is basically, it's an acronym. And I love acronyms. Acronyms help me out because I can't remember diddly squat, or at least my wife says I can't remember diddly squat. So the U is for unique ability, or your vision, or something that you really like doing, okay? So if you don't like doing personal injury, what would you think I would say?
Don't pursue personal injury.
Do something you really, really like. Because if you don't like doing it, and some people are really, they love it. And some people, I don't want to do this. And I end up getting, I'm usually the beneficiary of the people that don't like doing, because I get their cases. And I got to tell you, I never go, or I very rarely go into family court. It never ends. It's always on and on and on, and I stay away from family court. So the person who's giving me the personal injury cases, I usually will throw out, you know, some of the family court cases, and it's a give and take. It's a win-win situation. I love win-win situations. And if you read the book, 7 Habits of Highly Effective People by Stephen Covey, he'll give you an idea of how to be successful in the business, okay? So I'm just throwing that out to you. The C is for compensation. We want to get paid well if we're doing it. And I got to tell you, one of the fascinating things about personal injury is, in matrimonial, you argue about your fee, you argue with the attorneys, you argue with the judges, you argue with the counselors, you argue with everybody. In personal injury, you don't have to argue about your fee, because you're going to get the money and you're going to basically divvy it out. So one of the things I really like about personal injury is the compensation. And you're paid handsomely if, in fact, you pick and choose your clients well. The A is for appreciation, because I love, once again, making it a win-win situation, and I love making, basically, having my clients appreciate me. And one of the ways I've been able to develop my business is basically by getting referrals from clients, the natural source of basically good business. The R is for referrals. Okay? And the E is for enhancement of the business. So I've got to ask you, what's your name?
Dove.
Dove? Hi, Dove. I'm Gary, okay? Dove, have you worked on a personal injury case at all?
Yes.
Okay. So what we're going to do is, Mike, I thank you. I'm going to call somebody else so you don't feel like you're... Do you have a personal injury case that you'd like to know whether or not you should take? Please tell me.
I'm not doing intake at the moment.
Okay, did you have a personal injury case? Or does anybody here have a personal injury case? They know they're not certain whether to take it or not take it, whether they want the client or not. Anybody? Dove, I'm going to have to use you. I'm sorry. Give me one of the cases you had before. You can give me his first name only. I don't want to...
Okay, so first name is Kwasi.
Okay, Kwasi. And did he allow you to do what you uniquely like doing, from 1 to 5?
Yeah.
With 5 being the best?
4.
Okay. And did he compensate you from 1 to 5?
4.
Okay. And did he appreciate you from 1 to 5?
5.
And did he have the possibility of giving you referrals, or did he give you referrals from 1 to 5?
He said he would.
Okay, so 3, 4?
That's fair.
4? Okay, and did he enhance your business?
Yes. 4.
4, okay. So you got an amount of 21. Any client, okay, that goes from a 17 through a 25 is an ABC client. Anyone less than a 15 is a D and E client. Okay? So at least the client pretty much helps you out. Now you can use this particular way of dealing with it. When I have criminal cases coming in, I try to evaluate my clients coming in that way. If I have a business case coming in, I try to evaluate my client that way. And I rate them. And if in fact I don't think I can help them, or I know I can't help them, they're out of there. If somebody comes in and starts talking to me about a small claims action, or an action, oh, even better yet, somebody comes in and says, Gar, you know, the cop stopped me, and he shouldn't have stopped me, and I wasted 15, 20 minutes of my life, and I want to sue him. What do you think we should do? What's your name? Elizabeth, what do you think we should do? Quickly evaluate it. And in fact, evaluate this too. What would you say is missing here on that type of a case?
We don't really know. He hasn't.
You know what? I wasted 15, 20 minutes, a half hour of my life. What do you think we should do?
I'm sorry. Could you repeat?
Sure. Client gets stopped by a cop, and the cop says basically, you know what? Stay here for a while. I want to look up this, and this. You're parking on the side of the road the wrong way, and we may or may not give you a ticket. And he says, you know, you wasted my time, you wasted my energy, etc., etc. What do you think I should do with that type of case when he comes in?
See if there are any things that would, whether or not there would really be a claim.
Okay, and what do you want to know about the claim?
If there were any rights were violated.
Okay, let's assume some rights were violated. Do you want the case?
Depends on what kind of damages you can get.
Okay, you missed 15, 20 minutes of your time.
I mean, I don't think it might not be worth it.
You want to be cost effective about it, right? So, my policy in my office, and you don't have to adopt this, you don't have to accept this, it's my policy, any vengeance case, anything that you have a neighborhood dispute where people are angry at each other for whatever reason, and there are no injuries, there are no serious injuries, what do you think my policy would be, Elizabeth?
I don't think you might necessarily take it because it wouldn't be worth your time.
It's not worth my time, and you're going to get the client angry, and any of the appreciation, any of the referrals that he may give you or she may give you, what do you think is going to happen when you don't do anything with it? Because you get sick and tired of hearing his grief about 15 minutes of the time he's wasted.
I think I won't refer you to anyone because you'll be unhappy with your performance.
What would be a better way of approaching that situation?
You could refer him to someone else.
You could refer him to someone else who may do police brutality cases, okay? Or you could say basically, he could file his own case. He could bring it in small claims action. By the way, I never take any small claims cases either, because it's not going to be cost effective, okay? So somebody comes in and says, hey, I got scratched over here by a dog, and there are no injuries. I'm not taking it because it's not worth my while, and the client's going to get really kind of pissy with me and not want to deal with me. So it's out of there. I don't want it, okay? But I may send a letter saying, thank you for allowing me to be of assistance to you. You may have an action against somebody, but I don't think it's cost effective for our firm to represent you. If you want, you can go after you can go to another attorney and see whether another attorney will accept it. But I don't think that it's really there. So that's kind of where I'm looking at with the different types. If you use this procedure and this procedure, you may be able to decipher or determine whether or not it's a case you want to deal with. With that, we're going to go. Do I have it?